This is Doc Deason's weather.
All right, so back here at what is 9:49, Weather Service has just reissued a tornado warning. Now, this is going to cover our friends who are with us in Camp County as well as Titus. They're going to run Upshur and Franklin counties in there as well. So, I want to get back. There we go. Sorry about that. I muted this thing accidentally. Warning for this is going to be about 30 minutes away from Pittsburgh. It looks like if it can hold itself together, but it is right now located there along Interstate 30, I would say, and near Highway 21, south side of I-30. For you guys who are with us in kind of in that east central part of Franklin County. They're near the Franklin Titus County line, to be honest with you, but right on close to I-30, if not just a tad south of there. Okay, so we got sound back now. So again, new tornado warning. We'll come back in for this. The warning itself is going to be south and east of Mount Vernon. So you guys, Mount Vernon, you're fine. All right. Mount Pleasant, you guys fine as well. This will pass west, southwest of y'all. The polygon itself does cover Rocky Mount, covers Pittsburgh, and those areas along the Franklin Titus County line that runs pretty much due north-south, and crosses the I-30 corridor there. All right, so want to put those landmarks in place for you. All right. A lot of small communities, a lot of rural area out here in this part of Franklin County and also Titus County for that matter. There's Lake Bob Sandlin. Okay, so this is right now still well west and northwest of Bob Sandlin. But given the way the reflectivity and the velocity products were picking back up right after this thing was canceled by the Weather Service, it seemed like it was able to get itself kind of regenerated pretty fast, and that led the Weather Service to go ahead and reissue. So that has us kind of where we are now at 9:53. All right. Besides the tornado warning, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings now, which affect folks in the Hopkins County, Sulphur Springs area. You guys, northern half of Wood County, still in that severe thunderstorm warning that was issued earlier when we were on previous for these thunderstorms, which are now into the Emory area, just northwestern parts of Emory. Folks in West Tawakoni seeing some pretty decent rain. East Tawakoni as well, especially East Tawakoni. Nothing doing Mineola, Holly Lake Ranch, Gilmer, Ore City. Nothing there yet. Stuff's coming, but not there at the moment. So we will. We'll stand by here and monitor this situation as we try to do when we've got tornado warnings in place. Have not seen anything as far as visual confirmation of anything like this. Okay. This has all been radar indicated. Thanks for watching from Kilgore, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. You bet, Missy. Hail is raining down pretty bad, Jordan says in Mount Vernon. Okay, Jordan, thank you for that, man. Any idea on the size of that hail would be greatly appreciated. If you can safely take a look at that, I would love to pass that along to the folks at the Weather Service if you can. You bet, Elizabeth. Glad we could be here to help out. Okay. Marbles, Jordan. Okay, probably. Would you say dimes? Maybe size of a dime. Try to correlate that to something like a dime or a penny or a quarter. Those things that kind of have a definitive size attached to them. Yeah, dimes. Okay. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that very, very much. Thanks, Rochelle, for watching from Lake Palestine. Appreciate that. Something bigger than dimes, Jordan. Okay. Thanks for that, Jordan. That's good stuff, man. So the Weather Service is in the loop on that. You bet, Kim. Thanks for being here. 9:56 now, y'all. We'll continue to watch this. The hail production doesn't look as pronounced as it did here 25, 30 minutes or so ago. This is transitioning into more of a wind situation, and within that wind, especially when you have these kind of these complexes like this, you can have some little areas along it where you can have little spin ups occur, and that can be a point of concern, obviously, for tornadic development. And so we're watching that now as this stuff kind of leads itself in from the north and the northwest. So it says, guy says he was finishing up over at Hill Point on Lake Tyler, and the lightning. You can see some pretty good lightning. Wow, that's impressive. You can see that all the way from here. That's nice. Steve said he's in Shreveport and he's seeing a lot of lightning from his location. Wow, headed back towards Jefferson. That's crazy to think about, y'all. Wow. All right. Well, I'm happy you're getting to see it. Always something interesting to see. So we're left with this single tornado warning, which covers a multiple number of counties, and then a much larger severe thunderstorm warning, which is going to cover a large chunk of East Texas. Yeah, seeing some talk of quarters up in the Mount Vernon area now too from Cody, who's chasing up there tonight. So that's good to know. Yeah, QLCS tornadoes in the line. Yeah, that is kind of what you look for in these kinds of situations. It's not a ton of them, but they can sneak up on you and cause some problems for sure. Jesse's on Lake of the Pines. All right, Jesse, thanks for being there. Yeah, so we've got some chase folks in the area tonight, which is good to kind of help with isolating some of these areas of rotation. So that's good. Asking about movement on this stuff. Here's a radar loop for you, just to kind of give you an idea on general movement. So it's going kind of east, southeast, making some decent southward progress, but the stuff out on the edge is moving more easterly than it is southerly. But you can see that thing rotating for sure. You can see the large rotation in there. That's a heck of a notch too, northwest of Rocky Mound. So that all kind of jives, if you ask me. Still some noise in here on the radar from Shreveport, but if you're going to have anything, it's going to be probably right in here. That's where I would expect it to be sitting up at. So that's northwest of Rocky Mound, west northwest of Pittsburgh. So I've had some reports of some. Looks like a report of maybe an 18-wheeler flipped over on I-30 east of Mount Vernon. Hearing some chatter about that, which would make sense with the crossing of what I was talking about here earlier. Hey, thanks, Randall. Thanks for being here, bud. Candy. Okay, Candy's seeing some lightning from Lindale. Get off to the north. Hey, Kerry. Good evening, brother. So, just after 10 o'clock now, 10:02. Tornado warning for these counties till 10:45. Thanks for watching, Jenny from Murchison. Appreciate that. You guys, Delta County, pretty much done. Sulphur Springs, y'all will be out of this here in the next 10 to 20 minutes. Yeah, people asking about Tyler Smith County. I mean, we've got a shot at seeing some rain here, but like I said, the stuff on the west edge of this line is moving much more to the east than it is southeast. But we'll wait and see. These things can they can sneak around you pretty easy. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate that. Welcome in, man. Glad you're here. Kyle, Jacksonville looking okay now, man. Again, the severe thunderstorm watch box covers Jacksonville, comes about as far west as Palestine, and then cuts over to just north of Alexandria. So we'll watch this. The entire box is in play because of this complex to the north, which is what we'd expected to see. We figured we'd see a cluster of storms and whatnot coming south tonight. The question was, how much southward progress was it going to make versus eastward progress? Was it just going to be a problem for the eastern counties, or was it going to get, some storm potential into the western and central counties like Tyler and Jacksonville and whatnot? So I think we still have a shot at that. But for now, the main concern continues to be the this tornado warning storm, which is, I would say, the heart of that is going to be right along the Franklin Titus County line right now. Yeah, I'd say we're a lot of range folding in here, so it gets real muddy. But I'm imagining if we've got anything, it's going to be in this area here along the Franklin-Titus County line. That'd be northwest of Rocky Mound, if I had to venture a guess. Pretty rural section there. Really muddy anyway, south of Winfield. Sure thing, Cynthia. Thanks for being here. Heavy rain there in Emory. Good for you guys. Kayla asking about Mount Pleasant. Just heavy rain, Mount Pleasant right now, Kayla. That tornado warning is off to the southwest of you guys down toward Bob Sandlin. You got heavy rain in your area at the moment, but the better potential for hail would be down towards Lake Bob Sandlin. Anything tornadic is going to be uh, further southwest of you, probably there along the Camp Franklin Titus County line. Hey, Rod, good to see you, man. Yeah, this won't be so much of a player for Tyler per se. At least the tornadic stuff that's going to pass off to the east of us. I think some rain, moderate to heavy rainfall, and maybe some wind as well into northern Smith County, especially with the that far western leg of this thing that's out towards Emory right now. So we'll be watching for that here. Wind just came into Quitman. Okay, thanks for that, Irene. I appreciate that. That would be the kind of that leading edge, that gust front. So you guys in Quitman are in that severe thunderstorm warning officially. So don't be surprised by the wind there. Absolutely, Dad. Yeah, Rodman, tell him it's a-okay. Hailing in Emory, Laura. Okay, any idea how big that is? If you can estimate, pennies, dimes, quarters. Um, that would be helpful if you can. You bet, Kathleen. Thanks. Thanks for being in the basement. You should be able to come back out of there now, I think. So hang in there. You bet, Journey. Thank you. Hail and Quitman, quarters, Laura. Okay. Thank you very much. Quarters in Emory. Stand by one, y'all. Let me do this real quick. Thanks, Laura. Trying to look at some of these other updates here from the Weather Service. So Weather Service is going to continue this tornado warning. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you, man. You bet, Carol. Glad we could help out. All right, let's see if this will come up so I can see what they've got in mind. All right, Weather Service at 10:09, which was about a minute ago, continues the tornado warning for southeastern Franklin Camp, southwestern Titus, northwestern Upshur. Storm capable of a tornado located near Leesburg, moving south at 30. All right. So that's going to be right in here. This is really, for all intents and purposes, that's smack in the middle of Camp County then. So they'll have northern Upshur County in here, northwestern Upshur County. So yeah, that kind of lines up with this little notch that we were talking about earlier. There's little notches along the line. Just things like to try to spin up, they kind of sneak in there. Winsboro takes shelter. I wouldn't say so for a tornado, Ashley. I think it's going to pass off to the west, northwest of you guys in Winsboro. You guys are not, Wood County is not inside the tornado warning. They have been explicitly left out of that. So hopefully that helps some. You bet, Keith. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Glenn, I know, man. Me too. Pretty decent hail there, though, near Rocky Mound right now. So if there's going to be hail, it's going to be along it's south of Lake Bob Sandlin, between there and Rocky Mound. Jeff said he's in Longview driving north on 259 and a really good light show, he said. That's terrific. Yeah, I bet so. Shelley's seeing some good lighting in Lindale. Okay. Nothing Smith County at the moment. Nothing Gregg County at the moment. Had to report a quarters from Emory earlier on. So that is interesting. Yeah, Maylin, nothing happened in South Tyler yet. You're a ways away from all that. You can sure see that trying to just roll up right there, isn't it? South of Highway 11. Kenzie wanting to know, if we're going to get anything like this in Frank Center, can I just go to sleep? That's a good, I understand that sentiment. Tornadic stuff, no. Maybe some rain. Alejandra asking about Pittsburgh. Yeah, man, I think the bigger piece of this tornadic wise is probably going to pass just west of you guys, Pittsburgh. But I would keep an eye out on what you've got going there. Hailing pretty good, Teresa says in Emory. Okay, Teresa, thank you. Yeah, Dennis, that's what I'm understanding there from Emory. Pretty decent hail. Had reports of quarters earlier. Um, if we've got something in that Camp County storm, it's going to be right here due west of Pittsburgh, I think. Um, West of town, though, moving more southeast. So this will probably skate just west of Pittsburgh if there's anything tornadic there. There's definitely some rotation there. The question is, how tight is it? And it doesn't look as tight as it has, a little bit earlier. You can see a lot of inflow, though, into that. Yeah, Weather Service is seeing the same thing I'm seeing. They're saying moderate rotation continues on the storm. Rotation may be centered about 5 west of Pittsburgh. So that's exactly where we were looking at earlier. So that completely jives with what I'm seeing here too. You bet, Jasmine. Thank you for being here. So 10:16 now, tornado warning for Camp County. That runs until 10:45 officially, so about another 29 minutes. Up to Gulf Falls potentially in this storm. At least we had that earlier. I don't know that we're seeing anything that pronounced from the hail side now. If we are, it's going to be in that Rocky Mountain area still. Right there along 1521, either side of that between 1520 and 1521. All right. If you're going to have hail, that's where it's going to be at. Otherwise, this is going to be just a lot of rain and a lot of lightning and potentially something. If there's anything cooking tornadic, it's going to be there near that 19 corridor west or east of Leesburg, between there and Pittsburgh. It's going to be moving southeast at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. So this should, like I said, this should skate west of Pittsburgh. All right. Just to keep you guys in the loop there. This is done. Franklin County, your piece of this is done. I know we've got the warning still there. You guys in Titus County, this is the tornadic concern is now south of you guys, exclusively in Titus County, south of y'all. This is going to be a Camp County situation now. Brenda's got hail in Emory still. Okay, thanks, Brenda. Appreciate that. Yeah, that hail has been pretty consistent over there in Rains County. I was told the wind was picking up there in Quitman earlier. Probably wind's probably picking up pretty decently in Mineola, I would think now too. Yeah, Malin, I saw that hail last week. Goodness gracious. A lot of peas. Hail in Alba, Jordan? Okay. Michael's northwest of Gilmer. I see you, brother. Um, nothing in Gilmer, Upshur County per se at the moment, man. I think this, northwestern Gilmer, northwestern Upshur County is in the tornado warning polygon officially. So I would be ready to take those tornado precautions. This thing continues coming southward, but I don't have anything in your immediate area in Upshur County yet per se. I think this circulation is still over the county line and is much more pronounced now. Just they're southwest of Pittsburgh. Let's get back over here on Fort Worth, maybe issuing something. Somebody's issuing. Okay, yeah, stand by. Let's do this here.
Tornado warning.
Okay, Weather Service is going to go ahead with a new tornado warning. That's what I was looking at here. This pocket of rotation here, southwest of Pittsburgh. That's what I was just looking at here a second ago. Seems to really be kind of ramping itself up, and so that's going to take that's going to go ahead and produce this new tornado warning. So let's look at that here real fast. Tornado, and that's not the one I want. Let's do this one down here. National Weather Service tornado warning: north southwestern camp, central Upshur County till 11:10:20. Thunderstorm capable of a tornado 6 miles south of Pittsburgh, moving southeast at 35. So that's this thing right here that I was kind of noodling around on here a second ago. You can see that the wind pronounced pretty well here now. So this is just west of 271. Okay, here's 271 here, running north-south. Again, we're looking at velocity product on the right, reflectivity on the left side of the screen. So if we have something, it's going to be right in here. Okay, and it's going to be moving south. We'll say southeast at 25 to 30 miles an hour. So this is going to include you guys in Gilmer. All right. You can see the polygon taking you right through Upshur County into just very near the Gregg Upshur County line. Okay. But for the moment, at least, the storm itself, the area of greatest concern is going to be south. We'll just call it south of Pittsburgh, just to simplify things a little bit here. So here we go with radar omega and color tables here. So again, as we talk about these red pixels running away from the Shreveport radar site, these green and bright bluish pixels running back in towards that Shreveport site. So you can infer that we have rotation going in that area there, south of Pittsburgh. Okay, stronger winds there running in those brighter bluish colors, indicating where those even stronger inbound winds are located at. Okay, so that's a new tornado warning that'll cover. That'll cover that there. Okay. So this will spin up obviously some emergency management, law enforcement responses from Upshur County now further down, particularly those that are involving the city of Gilmer proper. So we do want to be sure that we're alerting people to that. All right. Good rain and wind and equipment. Okay, thanks, Lindsay. Appreciate that. Sirens ringing in Gilmer, Roger says. Okay, sirens in Gilmer, Alyssa. Yeah, thank you for that. So the sirens are going off in Gilmer because of this area of rotation right here, which is southwest of Pittsburgh, and moving to the southeast. And it sounds to me like we have a new product coming out. Yes, let's run this here real fast. Stand by.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, so this is the new severe thunderstorm warning. This will cover northwestern Smith County. This will cover the area just up to Lindale, not down or about to the I-20 intersection there between Van Zandt and Smith County. Okay, so severe thunderstorm warning. This is for the storms which are coming through western Wood County now. Inch 3/4 hail and up to 70-mile-an-hour winds. So Weather Service with new severe thunderstorm warning for western Wood County and northwestern Smith County. This does not include Tyler. This does not include Lindale, really, even for that matter. The polygon goes down just to the north side of Lindale. So downtown Lindale proper, not in that, goes down just about to where the toll 49 cuts off of 69 there for you guys who are north side of Lindale, up not far from Horde Road. So we'll cover that. Let you folks know about that. Let's get back into this situation over Camp County, stretching into north central sections of Upshur County. Tornado warning there again. 10:26 now. If you're just hopping on with us, we're going to be here for a while. It looks like we kind of rejoined after a brief break because of the new tornado warning that was issued for that area up towards Pittsburgh. And so that has since kind of devolved into where we are now, which is a little bit better looking circulation, at least it was earlier, along the Upshur and Camp County line. If we've got anything, circulation doesn't look quite as impressive as it did maybe, but it is sitting right along the county line there. That'd be west of or east of 556, right along the and west of 271. So Smith County Skywarn is spun up now on the amateur radio system, so they'll be watching for stuff coming in out of the northern parts of the county. Tiffany, haven't heard of any touching down, so no, I have not heard any of that. So, we'll just sit here and kind of watch this thing together. All right. Severe thunderstorm warning again. New warning for northern Smith County, western Van Zandt, or western Wood County, I should say, including Mineola, Quitman, Alba, for those storms that are coming southeastward out of Rains County and extreme western Wood County. Okay, he's asking about Marshall. Yeah, you'll get some pretty decent rain in the Marshall area here. It'll be another probably 45 minutes to an hour before you can get there. Okay, but it's trying to make its way. Sherry, 2-inch hail. Emory, was that something that you saw or something that you saw somebody talking about? Love to know that. Pretty good line of storms there. Again, the severe thunderstorm watch box will stay with us until 4 o'clock. That's the bigger box, the yellow box there that you see kind of encompassing most of the area. Although the severe weather threat will be done once this cluster passes through, that'll take the bulk of that threat with it. Okay, sure. Thanks. So you guys in Gilmer, we do have the tornado warning that includes y'all. This thing coming out of Camp County, pretty broadly rotating, but definitely rotating. Not as tight as it was here a few scans ago, but still there. Hey, Renee, I see you. Hang in there in the Gregg County. Thunder and Holly Lake Ranch. Okay, Carolyn, appreciate that. Kimberly's asking about Winnsboro. Yeah, you guys are just to the west of that stronger activity. Not happy in Gilmer, Renee? I understand that. Okay. I didn't know you were in Gilmer. Yeah, Matt, you guys are in the severe thunderstorm watch box. Nothing severe in your area right now, though, in Carthage. Appreciate it, Jenny. Thank you for being there. Sirens going off in Gilmer still, Savannah? Okay, thanks for that. That's not surprising. The reason for the sirens, if you're just hopping on 1031, we've got a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, which has crossed over into northern Upshur County now. It was southwest of Pittsburgh whenever it they initially kind of constituted the tornado warning and included Gilmer in that. The rotation does not look quite as tight as it did earlier. It's still very broad, very much rotating. You can tell the whole thing is rotating, but as far as it being real pronounced and tight like we had seen earlier, not as much. But it is heading to the southeast, and the tornado warning is still in place. It includes the city of Gilmer and all points north of up toward Pittsburgh for the time being. So we do want to be prepared to exercise those tornado precautions north of Gilmer. A lot of lightning, Michelle says, in Canton. Okay. Sitting on in the storm shelter south side of Pittsburgh, west of 271. Sheena, thanks for being there. You'll be able to hop out of there here pretty quick. You can definitely make out this. There's a nice bit of rotation there. If there is anything, it's going to be in this pocket north of Gilmer, right there on 271 north of Gilmer, looks to me. Thanks for watching from a Lone Star, Janice. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, Dale. Thank you. Hail in Alba, probably very well could be, Bonnie. Yeah, very well could be some hail there. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for you guys in northern Smith County, western western Wood County, as well as most all of Rains County here for the time being. But I think the bigger concern is going to continue to be anything that can get itself spun up there north of Gilmer. I haven't seen much more talk out of that area for a bit. Golf balls hail in Emory, Diana. Okay. Diana, are you seeing that, or are you seeing talk of that? If you don't mind me asking, please. Gotcha. Okay, Melba, I see that there. All right, here comes looks like a new. Yeah, so they're gonna do a big blanket warning here. It looks like. All right, yeah, stand by.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, so out of respect for the wind potential in this thing, I would imagine. Well, let's see what they say here. Yeah, okay, inch and a quarter hail, so that's $half and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So, new severe thunderstorm warning. We've got a couple of them actually coming now. Let's look at this first, the east one first. If it will play for me, and I may have to. There we go. All right, so new severe thunderstorm warning. A lot of counties in here, okay? Southeastern Camp, southwestern Cass, central Gregg, northwestern Harrison, western Marion, southeastern Morris, northeastern Smith, Upshur, southeastern Wood, until 11:15, 10:35. Storms located along a line from 8 miles southwest of Linden to Haynesville, or along a line from 22 southwest of Atlanta to 9 miles east of Mineola, moving south at 35. Again, 60-mile-an-hour winds and $half size hail in there for that warning. All right, so that is going to be a warning that does include the city of Longview. It's going to include Jefferson. It's going to cover you guys, Gladewater, Spring Hill, White Oak, back to Winona. It does not include the city of Tyler. It clips northeastern Smith County, but it does have Holly Lake Ranch and Gilmer and Ore City all in there. All right, so there's one. And then a new severe thunderstorm warning now. The Weather Service in Fort Worth has just laid out a new severe thunderstorm warning that's going to cover Van Zandt County. So you guys from Edgewood back over to Grant Saline. This will not include Van, but we do have that in the mix. A severe thunderstorm warning there for all that significant, all that hail and whatnot over Rains County right now. Let's see here. Yeah, so Weather Service now, the Tyler Noah another weather radio is paging out for the Van Zandt County, that new Van Zandt County severe thunderstorm warning. So I was just making sure I didn't miss that. So we've got a lot of real estate under warnings right now. Most of them are severe thunderstorm in nature. The tornado warning does continue for Upshur County. I have not seen much, in this of late that's indicating we have anything imminent. from that tornado warning. Still got some very pronounced rotation there, but it's so the Weather Service is reconfiguring that at the moment, or just did. So they have cleared out southwestern Camp County from the tornado warning, which is good. They have continued the tornado warning until 11 for central Upshur County. So let's look at that. Tornado warning canceled for southwestern Camp. Storm prompted the warning, moved out of the area. Tornado warning remains in effect until 11. Central Upshur County, 1039, which was less than a minute ago. Thunderstorm capable of a tornado near Gilmer, moving southeast at 35. Hazard tornado and quarter-sized hail. $50 to golf balls in Emory, Sheena. Okay, thank you for that. A lot of lightning in this stuff too, man. Goodness gracious. Hail, rain, winds, downtown Gilmer, Brandy. Okay, thank you for that. So we will continue with that tornado warning for Upshur County. All right, let's see here. Let's pull this here real quick. Show you a little loop of this stuff over the last little bit. So the rain's coming towards northern Smith County. That hail doesn't look as pronounced over Rains County as it did earlier. Yeah. Yeah, so this area of concern in Upshur County is going to be here east of Gilmer, not quite halfway between Gilmer and Ore City. So that's moving southeast. This is approaching, or this is north. We'll say north of Highway 80. Northwest of 250, west of 259. Madison's got some rain in Lindale. Okay, thanks for that, Madison. So they're going to continue with this tornado warning for now for eastern Upshur County. Yeah, and weather service seeing that too. Rotation seems to be weakening a bit on that storm east of Gilmer, so that's good. They're going to let this thing ride for a little bit longer, though. Man, Jason, I see you there, brother. I don't know that they have any additional spotter training this late in the season. They may not have much until maybe a few in the fall, but probably more so next January. February is typically when they run those spotter training classes. Good question, though. There's a lot of online training and stuff that you can do. You get on YouTube nowadays, man, and you could find a storm spotter training class pretty easy. It's not obviously in person live, but you can find a lot of that stuff, I would think, on some place like YouTube. So that might be a place to go look and see if you can run across something that's helpful for you. So hopefully it will be. All right. Hope you're doing well too, man. See, south side of Pittsburgh, lost power, Sheena. Okay. Yeah, not surprised to hear that after all this wind and whatnot blew through there. Rain will be letting up in Pittsburgh here. You got a little heavier band off to the west of you, but a lot of this, the bulk of the heavy stuff is now out of Pittsburgh here proper. So, you bet, Kathy. Absolutely. So we're at 1046 now. Tornado warning for Upshur County. We'll call it Eastern Upshur County. That's the lone one that we have at the moment. Weather Services let the rest of them. The other one expired at 10:45. So this one here, again, very broad in circulation, which is good when you're not wanting anything tornadic. Okay, tight rotation is what's going to be a problem, and could have a better potential to spin something up that could cause damage. But this is rather broad. It's rotating, but it's still rather broad. So so that's a good sign there. Still something we want to exercise caution around. And we've got reports of hail there. Seems like I saw hail in Gilmer, Lisa Marie says. Lisa, any idea on the size of that, ma'am? When you get a minute, you bet, Jason. Glad to help out. Hopefully that helps out some. So yeah, Lisa, if you see anything, if you can estimate size on that. Power's back on in Pritchett. Okay. Good, Crystal. Thanks. Obviously, folks in the Longview, Gregg County area wondering about the status with this tornado warning. Northwest of them, the next county down would be Gregg County if Weather Service repeats Monty in Gilmer. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that, Monty. Dylan said the wind just started in Union Grove. Right. Man, that lightning is very pronounced there from Ore City over to Gilmer. Hey, thanks, Jason. I see you, brother. Appreciate that, man. Watch it on YouTube. Thank you, brother. So yeah, widespread severe thunderstorm warning here goes from what is that? Southwestern Cass County through southern Morris County, on to through Upshur County, and on to through southern Wood County, all the way over to just north of Canton. So widespread impacts from this. Um, one lone tornadic pocket, or one lone tornado warned pocket, we'll say that. Haven't seen anything as far as verification goes on it, but it is there nonetheless. A lot of wind in here and some spotty areas of hail, like what we had south of Emory. Had a much larger hail, I think, more of a hail consistency over Emory proper 20, 30 minutes ago. But, that and a lot of lightning. Gusty North Lindale now, Jess. Okay, thanks for that. Appreciate you. You're getting the leading edge of that rain and stuff that's coming in out of Wood County. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you watching, man. 10:51 now, y'all. A variety of counties under severe thunderstorm warning currently. One tornado warned storm. That continues to be what's going on east of Gilmer. Nothing spotted on that as far as anything producing. This was a radar indicated situation. If there's anything rotating, it's going to be, I'd say, over halfway on the Ore City side of halfway between Gilmer and Ore City. This will be south of 155, north of 80. Thanks, Jessica. Appreciate you watching from Gladewater. So Weather Service it looks like they're going to lean towards they're going to lead towards letting this tornado warning go at 11 o'clock. That would mean not reissuing for Longview, Gregg County. So good news there. This thing has cycled several times since we first got on and started talking about it a couple hours ago. So, it's not to say that we won't have it try to, reconstitute itself at some point, but, it is what it is, at least at this point. The overall trend with the line seems to be, losing some of its steam. Doesn't look as impressive as it did earlier. Whether you're talking about a hail potential or wind potential for that matter, you can definitely make out. Looks like a little outflow boundary coming out between Oil City and Jefferson. See that there on that scan? That's maybe a little gust front there, a little outflow. So you guys in Longview are within the severe thunderstorm warning polygon. Storms that are coming out of Upshur County have been tornado warned. Most likely that's going to be allowed to expire as those begin to come into Gregg County. Some decent rainfall there in Gladewater proper right now. Okay. Up to 70 mile an hour winds possible with the, they're saying $half and up to 60 mile an hour winds possible. Bridget said the wind went from 0 to wow in a second in East Mountain. Okay. That's good to know. All right. Here comes some new warnings, it looks like. Let's see here.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, so let's talk about this new Gregg County severe thunderstorm warning. I told you something about 70 mile an hour winds. So this new warning is going to take us further downstream. Weather Service is going to hang that considerable tag on it, which means 70 mile an hour winds, and they'll have it up to golf ball sized hail potential in there. That's going to include Gregg, southwestern Harrison, northeastern Rusk, and central Upshur County. That'll run till 11:45, so that's not quite an hour from now. 10:55, Weather Service looking at that storm near Diana, or 10 miles southeast of Gilmer, moving southeast at 40. So there's your potential for golf balls and 70 mile an hour winds. So that'll cut right through the city of Longview. Again, not tornado warned, although there is they'll have that tornado possible tag in the warning itself, just to give a heads up that, hey, there is rotation there, but it's not enough to warrant an actual tornado warning. So they'll lay that aside and run with the considerable severe thunderstorm warning tag. So that gets you Gladewater, White Oak, East Mountain, Longview, Hallsville, Easton. There's East Texas Regional Airport there on the south side of Longview, almost to Tatum. Kilgore, you guys not in that, just barely. So again, as we talked about earlier, if I do want to mention this, if you would like an option to receive severe weather warnings on your phone, a phone call to your phone, you sign up for the service. Weather Call Next Gen could be a really nice piece in your severe weather arsenal, especially for nighttime severe weather. When a text message from an app or something of that nature may not be able to wake you up, especially if it's after dark and you're sleeping. I like this system a lot. We were talking about it here for about a month now. Test drove it for about a year myself personally and watched it operate. Have been impressed with what it does. That ability to add the Weather Call Next Gen phone number, which is a specific number that you will have. You can put that into your favorites on your phone. And then in the middle of the night, if a tornado warning is issued or severe thunderstorm warning is issued for your location, for your address, it will give you a phone call with a message pre-recorded from me that will allow you, get you up to speed on just what's going on there. So, like I said, with the as much noise as we have around people when they are sleeping, you've got sound machines and fans and CPAP machines and any number of things that can produce noise, and it can sometimes be hard to overcome that, especially when critical information needs to come along. So the Weather Call Next Gen, I think, a great piece of in the tool belt for you for helping to keep you apprised of severe weather on a night like tonight, especially when a lot of folks are probably going to be awakened by some storms moving into their area during their normal sleeping hours. Okay, so something I did want to pass that along. You can find a link to that at the top of my Facebook page. You'll see that there. And just again, something that I think could be very helpful for folks, particularly during these nighttime kind of events. All right. We are at 11 o'clock. Thanks for swinging by here. We are going to be here for a little bit longer now that 11 o'clock has hit. The tornado warnings have been allowed to expire, so we're left with severe thunderstorm warnings that contain some considerable damage potential with them. All right. One of those is the warning for Gregg County, southeastern Upshur County, as well as western Harrison County, and those areas in extreme north and eastern Rusk County as well. All right. So up to 70-mile-an-hour winds possible with this storm as it moves through East Mountain and will continue trekking off to the south east and getting across the Gregg Upshur County line, and that's going to drop a lot of rain and a lot of wind, particularly on this front edge through the north side of Longview. Okay, so you guys up 300, up 259, out west on 80. You'll get the first crack at this. All right. Again, this will be severe thunderstorm warned, but with a potential for a tornado, to respin. We've had, several warnings for this storm over the last couple of hours as the thing kind of cycles up and then cycles back off. But we're in, at least it had been in somewhat of a down cycle with the tornado potential here of late. But the whole thing is broadly rotating, but just not rotating that tightly at the moment. Tracy said, yep, it's there at Spring Hill. All right. He's at Union Grove. Okay. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, Emily, just a lot of rain and some pretty good wind coming at you here shortly, okay? Some moderate rainfall there, Kilgore area at the moment. But that is not the main show. This stuff back to the north is the real show there. Chad says it's in Spring Hill. All right. You bet, Emily. Jasmine says it's picking up. The wind's picking up in Swan. So north side of Tyler, seeing some outflow from these showers that are coming in north of Lindale right now. That reminds me, I need to pull that and replace it with that. Yeah, Brett, I know, man. We need the rain for sure. Tiana seeing some lightning there in Chapel Hill. Very good. Renee says it's hitting East Mountain right now. Okay. That sounds about right. Yeah, Jordan, that wind will pick up in Lindale here from now for a bit as that stuff comes out of up towards Mineola, Grand Saline. Jenny's got rain and lightning in White Oak. All right. The hail looks a little bit better. The hail potential looks a little bit better now That would be right along the Gregg Upshur County line there, west to 250, along and west to 259. There's Bethlehem. Yeah, that's some much better hail potential there. East of 300, along and west of 259, along the Upshur Gregg County line. Tell them I'm here, Micah. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for watching. Ashley's in Jacksonville, just hopping on as it looks like it's going to make it. It's got a ways to go for Jacksonville. Nothing much going on in the Cherokee County area right now. Looks like Weather Service Fort Worth just issued a flash flood warning. Yeah, they sure did. Look at there. Flash flood warning for Rains County till 2 o'clock. 2 to 3.5 inches of rain has fallen. Another 1 to 2 inches forecast. Okay. So, flash flood warning for Rains County. That's the only one of those that we have. We got a past little severe thunderstorm warnings, though. Goodness. Melba said she didn't think it's going to move off of Emory. Still pouring. Yeah, Melba, that'd be a good rain gauge number in the morning. Glad to have it. So we'll hang here for a few more minutes with the live side of things, and then I will probably step aside for a few. Lots of hail in East Tawakoni. Get Hope says. Okay, thanks for that. I'm not surprised by that. Hailing in North Longview Peas. Okay, thanks. Appreciate that, Janice. Jeff and Krista seeing in quarters now. All right. Good deal, Carol Bobo. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that. So I know the Weather Service appreciates those hail reports, guys. Thank y'all for that. So we've got light rain into northern Smith County now, just north of Lindale, back up towards Jamestown, and those rural sections of northern Smith County. You bet, Carmen. Glad to be here. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Appreciate that. Some rain and a little bit windy there, Mackenzie says in Mediola. Glad you're there, Mackenzie. Thank you. Yeah, buddy, I'll show you that. Let's do a loop here real quick. It's a good idea. So here's a loop just kind of showing you. This is the Shreveport radar. So let's get over here. So we're at least into the state of Texas. Yeah, Lindale gets some rain here, Cameron. You guys will get some rain here in a bit. Wind and rain just hitting North Longview. Okay, thanks for that, bud. Thanks again for watching on YouTube. Appreciate that. You bet, buddy. Hope that helps some, man. So pretty good lightning show, probably visible from South Tyler. Much more pronounced lightning, Gregg County, Upshur County, and then the lightning production seems to diminish somewhat as you go west from there over into Holly Lake Ranch section of Wood County. Yeah, Chris, asking about weather call next gen. I tagged a video on relating to weather call on the top of my Facebook page. So if you go there to my Facebook page and you look up at the top, there'll be an explanation video tagged up at the top, and then there'll be a link on where you can go to sign up for it in the comment section below that. So that should get you to where you need to be to sign up for that. Hopefully that helps you some, man. Lots of rumble, Gary says, in Kilgore. I bet you are hearing some pretty good rumblings. Yeah, absolutely. That heavy rain getting into Longview proper. That hail, best hail, still looks to be north side of Gregg County, though, up either side of 259. A lot of hail reports out of Longview. Thank you all for that very much. Hail in Spring Hill. Thanks, Tara. Appreciate that. Casey asking about projections for Smith County. We will see this stuff come southward. It seems to be losing some of its composure over southern Wood County here, and then you have another pocket of a little bit better strength from Mineola back to near east to Walkeny. So that south, kind of that southeast, east-southeast movement, you know, it's trying to come south. It's making more eastward movement than it is southerly movement. But then you've got this cluster over Gregg County, which seems to be coming better south than it is going east. You bet, Casey. Absolutely. All right. So I tell you what, let's do this. I'm gonna step away from this live side of this now that we've had a few minutes down without tornado warnings. Glad we can officially say that. We haven't been able to do that for a couple of hours now, but I think we're at least in somewhat of a lull on that. Hopefully for the rest of the night, if not, maybe for a few minutes. Want to encourage you and kind of circle back to where you can find me on the social sites and or email. If you have any pictures of stuff that's happened tonight that you want to pass along, feel free to email those, doc@docdeason.com. Find me on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We broadcast live on the Facebook side, YouTube, and also on X. Okay, so we want to make sure and let you know where you can find us at there. We also want to say thanks to our partners and folks that help us out in this cause there, Rose City Air and in Tyler, folks at Ultra Federal Credit Union and Project One Roofing have all come on board and helped us out in the cause here, and we appreciate that greatly. For those folks asking about Weather Call, again, Weather Call Next Gen, you'll find a link to that tagged on the top of my Facebook page there. So you can go there and find a link to how to sign up if you want to do that. Would love to have you along with that. $15 a year for it. A lot of extras involved in it. You have some lightning detection stuff. You get text messages along with the phone calls for the severe weather warnings. and you even get the all clear on the lightning once that has moved out from your immediate location there, wherever your location is inputted at. You get kind of a perimeter around that address, and will be able to be alerted if lightning is detected within a certain perimeter, and also when that lightning has ceased. So some nice added benefits there. I've had a chance to really enjoy using that here over the last year or so myself. Thank you guys for hopping on and being with me here tonight. I hope it's helpful for you. Hopefully it helps give you a little bit of peace of mind on a dark night when it gets a little noisy and kind of rumbly around these parts in East Texas. We'll come back in and talk if we need to with tornado warning storms for sure, and also anything that's more destructive on the severe weather side of things. But for now, we'll leave you to the evening, and post more additional stuff online as we need to throughout the evening and into the overnight hours. Thanks again, y'all.
Thanks for watching this live broadcast from Doc Deason's Weather. When weather's at its worst, we're at our best. Doc Deason's Weather, the calm in the